You are constantly batting away those negative messages of being not enough. And yes, I deal with that too. And I don't want young women, young girls to get ahead of themselves to think that they have to fix it all now. In order to break these cycles of negativity, you got to get up every day and do the work right before you. That means getting your education when the opportunity presents itself, and then focusing on that, doing the work, doing your homework, getting to the next stage in life. Because if you take those small steps over time, you build up a lifetime of another story for yourself. No one can do that for you. You have to look over your life. And we as women sometimes feel like we have to have done everything right before we can take credit for the things that we have done. Um, but there is power in what we do every day. And I have to remind myself of that every single moment. But now that I'm older, I can now look back and say, yeah, um, I am worthy. I have value. But it's not because I'm sitting here. I had that value when I was 3, when I was 5, when I was 7, when I was 12. And for the young girls out there, you have it now. You just have to take the time to realize it and be patient with yourself as you do it, because the process takes a lifetime.
Takes a lifetime. I am tripping right now that you just said that you deal with self-doubt all the time. Like somehow that didn't seem to
Right in the back, right back there,
me too.
right back there. I was like, don't trip, don't fall, don't. The same things. Amal and I were like, what are you wearing? Is this color right?
You know,
Will
was
this
like,
be
I'm
stupid?
deeply honored to be doing this work with you. And also, what are you wearing?
So what do you do, Amal, when self-doubt attacks you? Because that's what it feels like, right? It kind of feels like an attack.
I don't know. I mean, I think I get supercharged by the people I love and just having an amazing family and friendships and, you know, now 2 kids who are kind of looking up at you, expecting you to have all the answers. And it's put a fine point on why we're doing all of this, you know, and I think it's, I imagine them kind of they're only 5, so they're not quite on top of current affairs yet. But in a few
I actually
years,
don't believe that. I bet you they know more than most people.
Well, actually, my son drew a picture the other day of a prison, and he was like, "Putin should be in here," and I was like, "Oh my goodness."
Maybe I went a little too far on that one.
I don't know what he overheard, but I am working on Ukraine still. But I do think about in a few years when maybe 5 or more, when they sort of start to learn about some of these issues that we're talking about and what's happening in the world. And, you know, when they ask us, what did you do about this? What did you say about that? You know, what will my answer be? And I hope it will be a good one.
I think it's important to tell all girls that you can be whatever you want to be. You can be a mom and a working mom, or a working woman and not a mom, or a mom and stay home. Like all of these choices are okay. And guess what? You can also get it wrong with your kids. So same thing, my daughter was 5, my oldest, and she told her doll to lay down because it had HIV AIDS and she needed to take care of it. And I thought, oh my God, I've gone way too far on my work.
But no prison drawings?
No.
I have one question that I'd like you all to answer because I thought this was a brilliant idea. So the Girls Opportunity Alliance asked girls to write to their 25-year-old self. And since we are so young, I'm going to ask you to reverse that. What would you, and I'll start here with you, Melinda, what would you tell your 25-year-old self now that you've lived a life?
I would say life is even more beautiful ahead than you realize. And I would say to my 25-year-old self, you knew in high school who you were. And you let go of some of that for lots of reasons, people, situations, college, people around you. You knew who you were. And once you learned to re-be the girl you were in high school is when you grew into the full woman that you could be.
Boom. Mrs. Obama?
That part.
Right?
Just simply put, I would tell myself, you are good enough. You are valued. You are worthy. Your story matters. Your voice matters. You will do the great things that you know you can do. there was something that struck a chord. It's like we all knew who we were when we were little. We knew our power then. It was just second guessed. So I would tell myself, follow that instinct, that pay attention to that flame in you because it is real, and keep it fueled, and don't let anybody try to blow it out because you're going to need it.
Manjiru?
You know, it's so inspiring to hear Mrs. Obama and Melinda Gates, share about what they would tell themselves when they're 25 years old. I think the best thing I would say is if there's something good that someone can be able to invest on and has the best interest in this world, is knowledge. Let's keep on encouraging our girls. Keep on doing it. Keep on believing yourself. Keep on, you're getting there. Keep on. Let's get her there.
Love that answer. Amal?
What they said.
I know. It's hard being last on this one.
You know, I would say define failure as not trying, because actually going for things and falling flat on your face is fine. It's a learning experience. It makes you stronger. But if you don't try, and if you don't actually follow your dreams or even admit what they are, and go for it, it's something that will stay with you. So the idea is go for it, get there, and get others there.
Because you do work all around the world, where in the world are you most concerned about what is happening to girls and women right now?
Everywhere. It's unfortunately, I mean, you know, at the moment I'm working on, with our foundation, gathering evidence of crimes being committed against women and girls, amongst others, in Ukraine. You know, I've spent 7 years working on cases where I represent women who were victims of enslavement and sexual violence committed by ISIS. So that's women from Syria and Iraq. We know 1 in 3 girls in the world has suffered sexual or gender-based violence. That's a huge number. And the problem is, it's going to keep happening if we don't have accountability. So at our foundation, we call what we do waging justice, because, you know, we cannot assume that justice is just going to happen. You have to actually fight for it. You have to make it happen. And, you know, you can't even assume that things are going to move in the right direction. We're seeing backsliding. You know, ask a girl in Afghanistan, where the clocks have turned back 20 years on her rights. Set against that, I do also see through my work the bravest people in the world being women and young girls who sometimes have suffered the worst crimes, you know, genocide and sexual enslavement. And they are the ones fighting back, fighting for justice. And I have to say, you know, today watching on our screens what's happening in Iran with girls who've suffered, you know, the worst brutality, but a protest movement, and, you know, being led by girls in school uniform who are facing off against a regime that is using force to torture and kill, and they're still determined, because if they're not the ones on the front lines, they can't rely on others for change. And I think that's incredible. And I think it also gives us perspective. If girls like that can risk everything to, you know, just be free to show their hair and have just basic freedoms, then we can all do more, you know, from where we're sitting. And so I find that really inspiring.
My parents never wanted me to have a what if in my life. What if I had done? What if I had tried that? So they always said, no matter what you do, whatever you come tell us. Because, like, even if you kill someone, my dad and telling, even if you someone come and tell me and help you find the body, and I bury the body, but then I take the corpse. So you would always have to have our entire lives trying to figure out who we really are, and then we change, and then we figure it out, and then we change again. And I think that's the most constant, right? I'm constantly changing, constantly evolving, and I'm hoping that everyone's still curious about me as I keep doing that. Learn to be like water, adaptable, fit into any vessel, have a sense of calm, have a sense of patience. But ambition is extremely important. And I don't just say this to girls, I say this to boys and girls. Just everyone who wants to be able to have a purpose in life, have an ambition, have the guts to find your glory. It's extremely important to have guts, to have conviction, to be able to say that, this is what I want and I want to achieve it. I learned it from the very, very strong people in my family that I looked up to, that showed me that it doesn't matter what your circumstances are, it matters how large your dreams are. And I have really large dreams. There's something about knowledge. There's something about if you learn, even if you don't know something, if you have an ambition to be somewhere, if you prepare yourself, you have the ability to be better than everyone else. I like to be prepared for everything, even if it's an interview, even if I'm going for a red carpet, even if something is trivial to someone. Honesty is very important in relationships, whether it's with friends, whether it's with family, whether it's with your loved one, whether it's in a romantic relationship. I think being real to what you really are feeling is very important. And a lot of people don't have the guts to do that because we are always pretending to be a certain way so that we can maintain a relationship. But I think the healthiest relationships happen when you have the ability to call out someone and say, well, that's not right, or I don't feel a certain way and you're wrong or you're right, and to be able to talk about it. It takes taking that cloak of being careful about your emotions off, but that's very important. I really feel like you are defined by, every time you're defined by what you do next, not what you left behind. There's no point of doing the same thing over again. I try not to do the same thing over again. You have to take risks. Risks are so important in evolution. Playing it safe, yeah, you can have an existence, but you'll never be someone who's a trailblazer. My dad was extremely sensitive, but he was also like my biggest champion. The one thing that I learned from him was the hustle. He always taught me that don't be afraid of the failure. What you do next after failure is what will define you. Everyone fails. It's going to happen to you, it's going to happen to me, it's going to happen to everyone. Instead of sitting on your hands and saying, I can't do it again, find the courage inside of you and saying, what can I do differently? How do you look back into your mistake and say, all right, that was a mistake, great, not doing that again. That's something I really learned from my dad. My parents never wanted me to have a what if in my life. What if I had done it? What if I had tried that? So they always supported me. They said, no matter what you do, whatever mistake you make, have the confidence to come and tell us. Because, like, even if you kill someone, my dad, I remember him telling me this, even if you kill someone, come and tell me, I'll help you find the body. I'll help you bury the body, but then I'll take you to the cops too. So you'll always have to have courage of conviction. We spend our entire lives trying to figure out who we really are, and then we change. And then we figure it out, and then we change again. And I think that's the most constant, right? I'm constantly changing, constantly evolving, and I'm hoping that everyone's still curious about me as I keep doing that. I've had so many times whenever I'm doing interviews, people always ask me that, oh, you're doing a movie with, a female co-actor. Did you guys get along? Were there cat fights? But when it comes to boys, they say, oh my gosh, that looks like a bromance and everyone got on so well. So I feel like over time, because women had the lack of opportunity, we were pitted against each other because there were only like 5 opportunities, like 5 places a woman could be hired. And so we were elbowing each other out to get to that one spot. So the crux of the problem is the lack of opportunity for females. And the more opportunity we create for each other, the more sisterhood will grow. We're 50% of the world's population. We need to be represented in every field like that. We need to be empowered by each other, by the people who are in positions of power, by putting us in positions of power. So I realized many, many years ago that the more I champion women in my own small way, maybe I'll be able to create a world around me, at least, where, women run the show, because we kind of do it really well. We just aren't given the opportunity enough,
Yes!
When I was very young, I started working when I was 17 years old. And I remember my mother telling me this really young, that women should be financially independent. It doesn't matter who your father is, doesn't matter who your husband is going to be, doesn't matter who your brother is, doesn't matter who the man in your life is. You need to be responsible for your finances and be financially independent.
Hello, I'm Olufunke Akindele, a filmmaker and a Nigerian politician, aspiring to be the deputy governor of the biggest economy in Nigeria. For about 2 decades, I've been an employer of labor. I've been able to nurture and empower a large number of young people in Nigeria. I also have the privilege to be honored as Nigeria's highest grossing film producer of all time. But at the root of all these accomplishments, I am a girl child who was nurtured and not denied education by parents who believed in me and people in the society who didn't see this girl child as just a liability or commodity, but as a human with valid goals and dreams, as well as you all who have chosen to give audience to my works. Just like me, every girl child has the right and potential to attain greatness, even more now in this digital era, where the girl child not only has a voice, but can also be heard and create her own path. Today, I celebrate every girl child out there. Always remember that your dreams are valid. You are more than enough, and you can be whoever you want to be. Our time is now. Our rights and future is in our hands. I pledge with my platform and position as the Deputy Governor of Lagos State, God willing, to always protect the girl child and extend to them the arm of support and encouragement that was extended to me on my journey. Celebrate a girl child today.
International Day of Girl Child is celebrated every year on the 11th of October worldwide. United Nations Organization established this day on 11th of October 2012. It aims to highlight and address the challenges faced by girls globally. It also promotes the stopping of forced child marriage worldwide. The main goal behind celebrating this day is to educate, nurture, love, respect, and care for the girl child. This day focuses on different issues such as gender equality, empowerment, good education, and access to healthcare. This day is also called as the Day of Girls and the International Day of the Girl. On this day, various events are organized to raise awareness throughout the world. Girls are great leaders who can not only run the home but also do the office work by managing a perfect work life balance. Girls are the real change makers. Girls can bring growth around the world. They are important assets for the world. On this International Day of the Girl, let us promise to ensure every girl in the globe is respected, supported, and empowered so that it will be easy to bring digital transformation.
Wait,
On the International Day of Girl Child, let us promise to respect each.
happy International Day of a Girl Child. Who's stopping you out there? Tell that person I'm unstoppable. This day was chosen by the United Nations to recognize the rights and unique challenges faced by girls around the world. It highlights issues related to gender inequality, discrimination, and barriers that prevent girls from achieving their full potential. Several key areas I want to highlight this afternoon: education, ensuring equal access to quality education for girls, especially in regions where cultural or economic factors may limit their opportunities. Gender based violence, addressing issues like child marriage, sexual exploitation, and other forms of violence and abuse that affect girls. Promoting girls' access to proper health care, including sexual and reproductive health and health services, nutrition, and mental health support. Economic economic empowerment, encouraging opportunities for girls to learn vocational skills, access financial resources, and take part in economic activities. Leadership and participation, supporting girls in taking leadership roles and actively participating in decisions that affect their lives and communities. So each year, the International Day of a Girl Child um, spotlights a specific area of focus to drive global awareness and action. The goal is to empower girls worldwide, helping them grow into strong, educated, and empowered women who can contribute positively to their societies. So, once more, I want to say good afternoon. My name is Magdalene Fenasa, and I'm proudly seated in the presenter's chair this afternoon. If you are just coming to the country, we'd like to say welcome to this glorious land of liberty, especially if it is your first time. This is State of the Nation on Truth FM 96.1 in Peaceville, Duperwood, Peaceville, also the nation's capital. Tell the boys, tell the guys, you are unstoppable. And so let me say thanks to other boys. Even you are men, right? But I'm saying thanks to other boys that continue to work along with the girls to ensure that they have a safe space, create opportunities for the girls to reach their full potential. Today, everybody that get child, even my Ellen, where are you? Our big girl child, former president, one of our own. Should I say one of our best? Yes. So the Female Journalists Association of Liberia. Um, let me say good afternoon to the president, Lisa Dazi. So on yesterday, the feature, yes, I will take this one again today. This one, so let me let you know that we'll be having the business show comes on just in a few minutes, and we're going to be looking at customers, relations, and retention. When we come, we'll tell you, we'll break it down to your level and tell you what it means. Okay. So FIJA had a high-level media women's symposium in charting a new course of for women's leadership and equality in the Liberian media landscape. So the symposium brought together distinguished speakers, panelists, media professionals, and advocates to engage in insightful discussions on empowering women in the media sector to share their experiences and insights on women's leadership, fostering equality, and the importance of supporting female journalists. It also highlights findings from FIJA's second quarter media monitoring report, on critical issues in media representation and participation during the reporting period. And also the assessment report on gender ethics policy, evaluating the progress made in promoting gender-sensitive reporting in newsroom practices across Liberia. It was actually wonderful. And sitting in the panel with Madam Eva Flomo of ECOWAS Radio. Should I say Mr. Barbest? No, Mr. Best. I forgot his first name of Daily Observer. And Mr. Hassan Kewa. It was really wonderful. And it's always good to be behind the microphone. I play my part. So I want to say thanks to FIJA again for always giving the opportunity to explore. Hats off to the president, Lisa Dazi. You know, we are very good friends from AMU. I didn't support her in the past elections. She was so angry that I didn't support her. Yeah, that's a very good friend from AMU, from the scene department, and a very good friend. And during the elections, I had my side. So, but for the good of that's why you have to be politically tolerant. Yes, know that everybody have their side, and when elections is over, we reconcile. And because of that, nothing like hate messages that I did against her. I was only supporting my side, and my side was my side. But yeah, we are, and we have to, whenever we are called to perform a task at the FIJA, I go in and play my role and ask if I can do anything to help. Well, I can. But once more, I want to say thanks to Madam Seattle Scott Johnson, the former president, and who was very instrumental in me getting me to go Sierra Leone today. I can say, yesterday I said, I even want to go Ukraine to cover elections, and the whole hall was, but she kept on sending me those applications. Can you apply? She actually forced us. It wasn't done selectively. She actually sent it to me over 10 times for me to apply. And when I applied, she kept on putting in the chat, you apply everybody. I said, what are you can say? So at the end of the day, I applied, and when it was serious, it was competitive, and went for the interviewed by 4 women journalists. I consider them to be veteran. They are, of course, led by Madam Thomas Lotte Brown. And we had the opportunity to go Sierra Leone, cover the elections, had a really wonderful time together as a team. We came back and we were able also to cover our own elections 2 times. Yeah, so thanks to USAID Media Activity and honor the auspices, should I say under the auspices of FIJA or FIJA under the auspices of USAID Media Activity. It was really wonderful. So thanks to USAID for always collaborating with FIJA to create space for women, I know, to be empowered. I am humble.
I'll smile for all it takes to fool this time.
So this show is proudly sponsored by Ecobank Liberia, Orange Liberia. So in the next 5 minutes, we'll do our business show. All right there. So this was courtesy to Puma FM TV, Great Piedmont County, tension arising at the B Mountain mining company in Kinjor, Grand Cape Mount, as citizens block all entries and exit points of the company, including major roads, according to the protesters, since the Inter-Ministerial Committee conducted investigations into the last protest by citizens and workers against the company non-compliant status and made recommendations to the Office of the President for Action. B Mountain Mining Company has failed to live up to those recommendations in the report, coupled with what is enshrined in the Mineral Development Agreement, courtesy to Puma FM TV by Ernest Pehe Moimba. And then in Maryland County, shortage, not Maryland, but the southeastern, Radford Gardiner is reporting a shortage of Liberian dollar hit southeastern region. And also Liberia may lose chance of having Kavala River Bridge commence on her side of the border. We'll get to know more details of that coming up next week. And then for Bond County, yes, lastly, before we can take our guests for Bond County, we got 2 more minutes because we're starting by 4:15. Banga Floyd victims seek assistance from goodwill individuals, including the national government. Yeah. And then also from Bomi, courtesy to Usman Conte, unknown men allegedly wounded and raped several individuals in Gama Town, Clay District along the Bomi Monrovia Highway. Several villagers along the bombing Monrovia Highway on Wednesday alleged of being severely flogged, wounded, tortured, and raped by unknown individuals carrying cutlasses and deadly weapons. The victims explained um, to the reporters that the incident took place on October 8th during the evening hours in Gagaman town along the bombing Monrovia Highway. The victims include 4 men and 3 women. That's for Bombing County. We get more of that in this coming week. Thanks to all of our editors for being so committed. We honor you this afternoon.
Get the best you ever had. Share.
One is in the US and one is there in Nigeria. And rest assured, we're going to have a wonderful time. Yeah, hello, my people. You got it on? Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah, hello.
Good evening, Magdalene.
Somebody got their
Hello.
they got it. Very Salif.
Yep. So once
I'll
the
follow your app. Very
is-
Salif.
yes, I'm
I'm
here.
not getting them. No, I'm not getting it. Somebody got. Okay, so we're trying to ensure that it comes on. It's okay. Okay. Hello.
We are here. Can you hear us?
No, not from here. Just a second. He is working on it. He's working on it. He's working on it. Okay. All right. So yeah, you there now, right?
Can you hear us now?
Yes, sir. Yes. Get you and yes. You're welcome to the business show.
Good. Thank you.
It's my pleasure here.
Okay. Today is the day of National Day of Are you got any message in the or you have for hello?
We can hear you, Madeline.
Well, I say you get message for or you can even tell us something nice today.
Oh, I thought you still couldn't hear us. We've been
No,
trying.
I'm getting you. I'm getting you, Chief.
Yeah, we're glad to be here, and we'll say happy to all girls, children around the world. The International Day of the Girl Child, and we want to celebrate with every country around the world as they celebrate this International Day of the Girl Child. And thanks to Proof FM for covering the Day of the Girl Child.
Okay. Yes, sir. Mr. Hammer, you want to say something?
Yeah, just to extend greetings to you and our audience out there. It's nice to be here this evening.
Okay, so to everyone, we're going to be talking today about the importance of customer relations and retention. Yeah. So with we're going to do this for the next minutes, and I know that you are going to grab something, and please take your pen and paper. And myself will take my pen and paper, and I allowed the experts to go through. We have different kind of listeners. Um, Not to limit anyone, but very concerned about those of our people who are not letter. We will try as much as possible to be very simple and break down some things for them to understand, because Juve FM go wide and fast, so we want to ensure that we communicate better to our people, like you guys have always done. And we will also want to use this time to say thank you. So to other of our people that out there, our own money who doing businesses, our papi, then everybody across the board. This is a time to listen. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're not running a hotel, you're not running a guest house, you do not have a big business, but please know that whatever small thing that you are doing, your petty trading, the small market you're doing is important. You are contributing to the economy, and we value what you do, your service or your whatever that you do. So take pen and paper. Myself will sit attentively listen, and then later on I'll interject if I have to make. So, Rabbi Salif, let me begin with you.
Sure.
Yeah, so you can go on.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I thought you had something else you wanted to add, but yeah, we are glad to be here again today.
So let me just tell you, you have uninterrupted 5 minutes. I mean, maybe 3-4 minutes or 5 minutes to deliberate, and then we'll go to him, and then maybe if we have questions, then we can come up and give our customers, our listeners, our customers, right? Because this is actually a business, and we give the public time to call in. So 5 minutes, and then we go from there.
Thank you. Like I was trying to say, I've been on the show. They've been hearing my voice, and I want to hear more from Mr. Harmon. I got so much to say about business is built for profit. It's not a non-profit. It's a for-profit. So the end goal of any business is to generate profit, to generate income for the owner of the business, while providing services, those basic services. And those basic services are the end users are your customers. So you want to build the best relationship with your customer. And we talk extensively on how we can do those things, how to build those relationships with your customer, because without customer retention, your business is going to fold up. So we talk about creating channels for feedback so your customer can be able to review what they do and your product. And we talked about creating the best quality product. Quality has to be your watchword. I mean, it's not all about, like I said before, going on radio, TV, and advertising your product, but when a customer visit your business, will they come back? That's the retention we're talking about. Will they refer you? Those are the things we're talking about, because you want to expand your customer base. So I got much to say about it, but I really want to hear from Mr. Harmon since he's new to the show. I'm trying to get his voice out there, so I want to not be selfish and give him the time. The customers the listeners are already used to me. We've been here doing it for a while, and we want to give Mr. Harmon a platform to be able to tell us more about customer relation, building customer relation, and efficient, effective customer relation and customer retention. Your customer relation and customer retention policy will distinguish your business and give you that competitive edge. And so, Mr. Harmon, I know Liberia, when it talks about customer relation, it's almost non-existent, let alone retention. So the floor is yours, Mr. Harmon. Please let us know what's on your mind when it comes to customer relation and customer retention. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks. It's my pleasure being here again. Um, most times when we are in business and when we talk about business, last week we talked about micro, small, and medium scale enterprises. So we are taking it from there all the way to multinationals, to big businesses, corporations. Yeah. So usually when people are in business, they tend to chase the money, they tend to chase customers. But the truth is, the customers you are looking for are actually right under your nose. And the better you treat those customers that you have, the more stabilized your business will be. That is the fact. So if you don't have a stable business, or if your business is going down, it is an indication that you are having customer retention problem. And instead of chasing after those customers, the best thing is to see where you need to work on to retain those customers. This is the truth. Acquiring new customers is about between 5 to 25% difficult. So retaining those customers is the area where we have the strength. Strong customer relationship is actually to satisfy your customer and make him or her to want to come back, to understand your customer and make your customer want to understand you too. And then you have that smooth relationship. Let me read a few statistics off head, which I read a report once that companies, or it may be individuals at the micro, the small and medium scale level, that companies that focus on customer experience actually see up to 50, sorry, I said 50, up to 80% revenue increase. That 49% of customers who left a brand to which they had been loyal actually blame customer experience. 80% of customers or of organizations expect to remain competitive based on customer experience. 60% of customers state that personalized purchasing experience will make them to repeat. They want to come back to that business and to have that experience again. And 72% of customers expect immediate experience. They don't expect that you treat them well in the future. They expect that you have that feeling for them and that you treat them well just immediately. Now, there is this natural thing about Liberians, which I want to speak about on the one hand, and then speak about it on the other hand. When it comes to hospitality, I have read in an international magazine that rated Liberians, and that was during the war. I rated Liberians as being one of the most hospitable set of people on planet Earth. Yes, Liberians are among the most hospitable type of people, and that speaks to something. If you look around before the war, there were very few hotels in Liberia. Why would there be few hotels when we are hospitable? The thing is, before the war, and I know Liberia before the war, that if you saw somebody, even you, Magdalene, I don't know your age, I don't know how well you can relate to that era, but Reverend Sellee is there, and Liberia at that time, sorry for mentioning that. Liberia at that time, if you saw somebody just maybe leaning against the wall with his arms folded, looking stranded, the next thing to ask that person is, where are you coming from? Who are you looking for? Where are you going to? And then if that person didn't have somewhere to go to, you would invite that person to your home, feed the person, and direct the person and show him the way how to go about business. Who would like to go into the hotel business where you have hospital people who are uh, uh, who are that welcoming, who would like to go into business because the business was actually in people's homes. Isn't that so? I hope I'm on track. So Liberian
Yeah.
people, when it comes to hospitality, they are there. But on the other hand, how do we treat our people, fellow Liberians, individually? That is where this customer relationship comes in. You know, when we have a business that we are running, be it at the micro level, the small level, the medium scale level, and even at the industrial level, we want to make sure that we don't bring our problems from home into the business. So what do we mean? The first thing that you do to invite a customer is smile. Yes, we want to have smiling face. Another thing we want to do is truth. We want to tell our customers the truth. And then we want to establish relationship with our customers. Provide them with all the experience that they need, but not only the experience, all the guide that they need. Take for example, somebody enters a boutique and the person is looking for an evening dress, maybe a party, and you are at that party, you are the one who's running that boutique, and you want to show the person what, or the person is looking for. The person is confused, and you want to show the person what the person wants. And you could begin because you have an experience in that area, that is the dressing area, the grooming area, and all of that. You want to direct the person. Ah, this one will look beautiful on you. Ah, see your shape. You look so beautiful. You look this and you look that. That dress, that trouser, or that top will look so beautiful on you. What do you think that person will feel? The person will feel cared for, and that person will want to come back always. Isn't that so? Yes. That in that case, you are establishing a relationship. Before I call on Reverend Salif to add to this, I want to say something. There is a saying, and it's a universal saying that says the customer is always right. There can be some naughty customers, but there's always a way we can treat our customers to make them feel right, even though they are wrong, but we can make them feel right, and it will make them want to come back. And that is, we can, there are many ways to do it. Ah, you are right, this so and so thing, this is the way, but this is the trend. See this trend, because you want to show the person that this is a trend, this is so and so thing that is going on, that and that person feels loved, and the person will want to lean toward your position on what he or she is trying to buy from your place. It may be food, and you may say, ah, you are right, this food is more delicious, is this and that. But for your health, if you mention health, that person feels you care about him. Is it cuts across industry, it cuts across everything that we do, and we want to make sure that our customers feel cared for. That is the main thing. Reverend Selly, up to you.
Thank you, Mr. Harmon. Great things were said. When we talk about, customer retention, customer relationship, developing customer relationship, if you customers are major partners in the business, and people need to understand that. So when you go into start a business, know that your customers are key players in the business, and how you treat them will define what happens to your business, whether you remain in business or whether you fold up. I know Liberia, yes, before the war we were very nice people, and even one of the census that came out, I'm trying to forget the group that came out. They rated Liberia #1 when it came to hospitable country in the world. But I know some things have really shifted with us. Some things have really changed, and especially in a business environment, people have become so rude. You can walk into a shop in Liberia, maybe if you just pricing stuff, even if the person didn't go to buy that day, and they just went to do window shop, and they try to do, before you know it, somebody, whether you're not buying, just walk out of my shop. You chase out the person, and you expect that person to go and say good things about you to other people. No, your demeanor, your just how you look, your appearance, how you speak to people, it matters. Because for me, I don't want to spend my money where I don't feel accepted. And we have to understand in business, the reason you're there is because you want to make money. That's why you're in business. Okay, so if you had the money, you will sit at home. You won't go do business because you got the money. But you started a business because you want to make money. That means the money you want to make is in somebody else's pocket. And that person has to come and spend their money with you. How will you feel if you walk into a store and they were rude to you? Will you want to spend your money there? No, I won't want to spend my money. Even if you're the only person who had that thing, I would prefer to go without it. And the reason we're not learning some of these things sometimes is because, as we said before on the show, Liberia does not operate a competitive market. The market is not competitive, So if I wanted something and I'm in dupo role, maybe it's only one person who got it. So that person, instead of seeing me, the customer, as the king, they think they are the king. When I go, I should be the one begging that I'm the customer. But if we operate a competitive market where that thing you're selling, there are 5 other stores beside you selling the same thing, and maybe a better and higher quality, you see, your attitude will change. Because if you behave rude to a customer, they're going right into the next store and they're going to spend their money. Now you say, oh, I know Liberian people, and I come back, we said on one of the show, we believe in superstition. This better say, oh, that other woman, you go to the market, everybody's selling the same potato grains. This other woman come, oh, before she even sell to people, how are you? How are your children? Everything okay. She has a good communication rapport with the customer. Everybody buying from her. She sells her potato grains. She sells her bunny before everybody. She finish. She go home while other people still there selling. What do we say? The first thing, oh, the person using medicine. That woman get medicine. She not bang by all the other people. If that woman come there, she will make sure they will not buy from anybody until they finish buying from her for that woman using medicine. No, this thing is not medicine. We believe in all this superstition. It's all about customer relation. How do you relate with your customer? Some people will buy from you just because they like the way you talk to them. And your product might not be the best quality, but there's a relationship that they have built. Even if I have gone to places and people want to buy and they say, oh, the person not here yet, they say, I will wait until this person comes. But you can buy from the other people. No, that woman is my customer. I will wait for her because there's a relationship. And that's why we're talking about building that customer relationship. Every small scale business in Liberia, you want to take your time because the more customer you have, the more income you generate. The less customers you have, the less income you generate. And the more customer you have and the quality care you give them, the more they spread your news. I have also seen people say, oh, when you go in that market, go so and so and so place. There's a woman there, in fact, she's just the best. There's this guy, he's the best. That is promotion. They're promoting your business, and the best promotion is by word of mouth from person to person, because I came to your place, I was so satisfied that I want to tell all my friends, I want to tell all my families, if you go to this place, this is the person you buy from. If you go to Liberia, and a lot of us in the diaspora travel, come to Liberia, we'll go and say, oh, don't stay in that guest house. Those people, they're dirty, they don't treat you well, and they're too argumentative and all that. Go to this other hotel, they do better, they do this, they do this. All of those are called referrals, and that's what you want. And referrals will only come through customer satisfaction. When people are satisfied, when people are pleased with their service. So sometimes you don't even have to ask them for a tip. I go and stay in some places. They don't ask me. One of the hotels I stay in when I came, how many staff were in that hotel? I tipped every one of them. All of them. I didn't leave one person out. And I tipped each of them not less than $10, and as many as they were. Because I felt they treated me right. And I also refer other people when you go to so and so place. But there are other places I have stayed. I told people, when you go, don't stay there. These people are rude. They don't care. So you have to be able to build that customer relation. Now we're in modern times. People can come, get their numbers. You might not have the internet facilities that we have here, that you can go online and do, push out surveys for people to take. You don't have that facility. But at least you can take somebody's number. You can call them. It's all part of
Okay.
the customer relation. Today, you can just create a directory of everybody who visit your business. Oh, man, you came to
Yeah.
buy. Okay, Bonnie, yeah, okay, thank you. Pepe, yeah. Man, what's your number? Call, give them, send that text message. Oh, I just brought some fresh pepper from Guinea. You know, it's this kind of, you're building customer relation. You text them, oh, next week, I'm going to so and so place. The code that I'm bringing, this one, the iron code, it will be here and it will not be much. So you want to come quickly before everybody take it. You're sending them messages. You don't have this
Mhm.
not money you're spending to send those text messages. You are building customer relation. So you're updating them from time to time. What's going to happen? What's happening? You know, hey, this is happening. You just build that customer relationship. Somebody will be happy. Oh, can you imagine? So what happened? Oh, that guy shop I went to, I bought this blouse. I can't believe he texted me and told me, thank you for buying from us. Thank you for shopping with us. How are you enjoying that blouse? Are you enjoying it? This? If anything happens, hey, come back and we will see how we can fix it. That is customer relationship that you're building. And that person will go and tell another person, and this other person will tell another person. If something happened, they came back to your store and say, hey, I bought this thing and it did not work the way I wanted it. Instead of making flour, just tell the person, I'd rather lose $1 to please somebody so that I can get more people than to try to save $1, lose somebody, and lose more people, because that's what businesses do. You have to have a part of customer relationship and satisfaction is your return policy. People should be able to return something they bought from you. So if they took it home and they did not meet their purpose, that's not maybe what they wanted, they should be able to bring it back. And you shouldn't be able to force. You shouldn't fuss about it. Oh, your body wants to take it home on you. I don't know what you do. Hey, you're fighting with that person. The person might reluctantly, okay, painfully go back and bear the loss. But guess what? They're going to give you very bad review, bad raps they're going to give you. Anybody say, oh, they say, no, don't go to that place. They sell bad things to you. You can't return it. What is your return policy? People should be able to do those things. All those things are relationships that you are building. It's not medicine. It's not medicine. It's just about your people skills. When you do those things, customer satisfaction is what leads to customer retention. I will repeat it. Customer satisfaction is what leads to customer retention. I know some of this word we're talking retention. It means when you have one customer, how you can keep them.
Keep them, yeah.
To be able to keep that customer, you got to be able to satisfy them. Satisfy the customer. Okay? And that's what happened. Let me be a little, it's business, but you might say, oh, why Pastor bringing in this one? It's just like husband and wife. You keep complaining, oh, my husband going outside. That other girl outside there, she knows she needs your husband to pay her house rent, to buy food in her house, pay her children's school. So the day he visits her house, she makes sure she gives him the best service. By the time he goes, he always wants to come back. That's customer retention. You, the wife, you have forgot your duty. You're not doing what you're supposed to do.
Oh, you're getting thumbs out of that.
You stop doing everything. Oh, after all, we're married now. You're not doing the thing that attracted this man to you to make him to marry you. You're not doing it anymore. You don't go to salon anymore. You're regular housewife, children man now. You're not retaining that your husband as a customer.
Hey,
now you're pushing him outside. You're pushing him outside to other businesses. So you're not retaining him because the nice things you used to say, the way you used to cook, the way you used to take care of yourself, the man can whole day you in lapa, you this way, you that way, you just not properly kept. Listen, there are other businesses outside, hustlers.
No, what? Yeah, that's example.
The same thing we're talking about customers. So that business you're doing, you want more people to come and they should stay with you. That school you're running, you want your students to stay with you. They shouldn't run to another school. That radio station you're running, you want your listener to stay with you. They shouldn't run to the other radio station. So put out programs, quality programs like the business show on the State of the Nation on Truth FM. When you're doing it, your listener, every Friday, they're waiting. They know Reverend Sellee coming, Mr. Harmon coming, they're bringing in all these nuggets. That's how you retain them.
Okay,
customer satisfaction leads to customer.
Yes, satisfaction, retention. Thank you so much. You all put it so right. But let me ask this question. I think you both talk about it. The issue of keeping relationship with your customers, like re-engaging them. Inactive customers, you talk about a directory wherein you have a ledger, a book, right, a copy book where you can get the numbers. You take your phone, get the numbers, and and how you can keep in contact with them. It's important. I've told a lot of people that, and sometimes it works because you want to keep your customers, so you have to engage them. The active ones, the inactive ones, meaning the one end where have forgotten to come be buying for you, call them, check on them, and have somebody. If you can write, you can read, it's not a problem. Find someone to do it. There is no problem without a solution. So you need to do that. And I think you both talked about this, but let me ask again: how do we reward loyal customers? When
It's,
customers are really loyal, what do we do for them?
it's,
To
it's
retain
simple.
them.
It's simple. Your repeat customers, develop programs for them. Give them some incentives. The person have been coming buying with you for doing business with you for the past 2-3 weeks, maybe for the
Mm-hmm.
past 2-3 months. Tell them, okay, on your next buy, that's why you keep that directory and now it's in your phone. Just take them, and when you call them, text them, call them by their name, address them by their name. People love
Okay.
them. And then you can
Yes.
send out some of those updates apart from, oh, we got new product coming. Oh, we got this other quality. Oh, next week we're expecting this. Sometimes send them a message that because you've been shopping with me for the past 3 weeks, next week when you come, I'm giving you a 5% discount on this thing. Somebody wants that. They're saving something. Oh, next week when
Sure.
you come, I'm giving you this percentage on this thing. Next week when you come, if you buy one, I will give you one free. Everything you have to be develop that strategy of how anything that will satisfy your customer and make them recommend you to other people. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
do it. So think on ways, think on ideas. Have some promotion. Oh, we're having
Mm-hmm.
promotion sales next week.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will be off or 5% discount. That's what they do here in America. They build all the sales around holidays and everything. The whole
Mm-hmm.
American society is all holiday filled. Oh, every holiday that coming, businesses start advertising. Christmas will still start coming. Oh, you got this percentage off. This other New Year percentage off. Mother's Day, that's percentage off. So do
Mm-hmm.
some promotion sales. It's not all about just what. Every time you just want to get. Listen, in business, in life, we spend money to get money.
Mm-hmm.
So learn
Okay.
to lose a few dollars to get more dollars. Thank you, Mr. Hammer. Sorry.
Yeah, I think Mr. Hammock can come in for the next 2 minutes. We're about to take calls. Let's listen to our callers.
Yeah, Reverend Salif mentioned something, that is knowing people personally. That is very
Yeah.
important. If you call people by their names and have their numbers. Let me give 1 or 2 examples. Um, there is the person who I buy foodstuff from here. That woman, I don't know if it's instinctive or she keeps records. I don't know, but she will call me at a certain time of the month and say, so and so thing must have finished by now in your house.
Wow.
And when I check, it's truly finished, because it's like she knows how much or how often I use those things. And when she calls, I say, okay, please supply me with so and so thing. That is customer
Wow.
retention. Sometimes it may be customer retention by, it may be just trust.
Mm-hmm.
Trust. Your customer comes to your place and he wants to buy, and I'm not saying it that I'm not saying something that cuts across all sectors of the economy, but it may be just at that micro or small scale level. And your customer comes to
Mm-hmm.
your place to buy so and so thing, and then in the process you get to realize that he's short on money for this so and so thing or that,
Mm-hmm.
and you tell the person, are you not my customer? Go ahead. By the next time you come, you pay me that money. You are getting that person and you are holding that person. That person is not going to
Mm-hmm.
leave you after you reposing that trust on him. He's not going to leave you to go to the next shop. He will stay with you. Yes. So that
Hmm.
trust is, and we want to make sure we have personal relationship with people. Then another thing, just lastly,
Mm-hmm.
there are hotels around here or in other parts of the country that I've been to, and I drive into those hotels to sleep. By the following morning, I see that my car is properly washed. I mean, clean.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do? Of course, the person who washed it is usually, I didn't pay him for that. That is not his job. It's usually the
Mm-hmm.
gate man, somebody who works there. But the person washes it, and I must, because I have conscience, I must give that person a tip. But for the image of the hotel, what do I do? The next time I'm coming there, I know that my car will be washed without even requesting it. What do? I have to come back there. That is customer relationship and customer retention.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the
Mm-hmm.
ways we can, as at that corporate level, is to make sure that we may have the program or we may have the culture, or it may be part of our policy how to retain customers. But if we don't
Mm-hmm.
include those standards in the people we employ, we are going
Mm-hmm.
nowhere. So the
Okay.
people we employ, we want to make sure that they imbibe that culture of what the country, I'm sorry, what the company really stands for, and that is that
Mm-hmm.
hospitality, and people will always come back to
Okay.
patronize that business.
Okay. So
So,
to our listeners,
Natalie, just
viewers.
before you bring in the colors, let me just add
Okay.
this one thing, 30 seconds. Another thing that
Okay.
I skipped was to retain customers, you also need to learn to build network. Build
Okay.
network. So that when somebody comes to you and you ran out of certain product, you know that, listen, I'm out of this product right now, but my other partner got it, go there. You the one sending the person there. The person not going there on their own. So they will always come back. So anytime they come into it, because they know that you connected to these other businesses and you can refer them, and it saves them time of thinking, oh, this is where I buy it. Now I don't have it. Where else can I go? You already saved them that stress of thinking on where to go because you point them in the right direction. They will never forget you. They will always come back. But if you don't have that network, I walk into your store, you don't have it, that's it. I walk out. If I go somewhere else and find it, the next time I want that thing, that's the first place I'm going. I'm not coming back to you, even though you got it now. So you want to learn to build that network and build that, like the last thing, Mr. Hammer, anyway, that business culture, that everybody in your business will uphold that standard, that this is who we are, customer
Okay.
satisfaction, customer
Mm-hmm.
retention. So yeah, I just wanted to chip that.
Yeah. Please do,
Lastly,
Trace.
please,
Okay. Yeah.
you made a point that I just wanted to
Mm-hmm.
touch on.
Yes.
Yes, sorry. Lastly, Reverend Sellee, you made a point where once you come and the person doesn't have it, he goes out or he directs you. But
Yes.
that's one thing I like about the Igbos. Of
Yes.
course, they are in Liberia also. You won't come to an Igbo man's shop and he will tell you, I don't have this thing, and let you go.
Yeah.
He will
They were
always will tell you, hold on, it's in my other shop. That
Yeah.
other shop he's going to is his friend's shop. He's going
Yes.
to get that.
Okay.
That makes it puts in the back of his mind that once I get to this place, I will get what I want. Even though you don't have it at that, you go and get it from somewhere, and then you
Okay.
supply that customer. There is like a taboo for an evil man to tell you, I don't have this, go to that place. Except that is
Wow.
not some of the things that he's selling. Yes, once he's selling that thing, you will never tell you to go to that shop because you are invariably sending him away. The next
Yeah.
time you come to his to the next person's shop. So
Yeah.
I want to add that.
That's common sense. That one by that's it's just common sense. Yeah. So we're teaching common sense on this platform too. All right. Thank you. Thank you to the both of you. And I hope our people are taking notes. You talk about certain place you go and you park your car and wash it. Myself, I've traveled like in some counties, some counties that I went to, and I had to sleep in a guest house. When I woke up the next morning, they already washed my sneakers, my slippers, or whatever that I had to do. Maybe left it at the door, or maybe open the door and they came in. They took it, clean it up very well, and I asked you, can I press your clothes? But some area you go, just forget about it. You on your own, you get everything you ask for. This, I mean, the guest house now. That's one. And you talk about trust. And I had an emergency once, and I know this. I know this person. The person knows me very well. Not he doesn't really know me very well, but he can just stay here and see my house. But then I asked him to, because I'm on the phone, I said, can you please give me this? And when I come from work, I'll just give it to you because the guy was there, like the driver was there, wanted to do something, not to explain in detail. And he said no. So I said, okay, it's no problem. I have no issue with it. So I was cool with him, and maybe he thought I had issue with him. So later on, I got what I wanted to get. Maybe the next day, I went right back, and the guy was saying, "No, don't go get it from him." No, I said, "No, no, no, no. I want to tell him that I want to teach him a lesson." So I went and bought the very thing that but there was some level of embarrassment. I saw that, and then when we also talk about knowing people personally, which is very important, and other important things that you also talk about here. And lastly, before I can take calls, this morning I was driving to work, and I didn't want to take gas to that particular area. I will not call the company name, but the next time I have any encounter, I will call the business name so that people can call them to attention. It didn't happen with me. So when I went to the gas station, I saw this very big. I mean, I don't know, I don't really know cars, right? But when you see this car, you know that it costs a lot of money. So the guy went and parked in an opposite direction, but they could even try to really make sure that the gas enter or whatever thing that he was taking. But when I went there, I saw two uh, 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 um, two of the guys standing. There were two, there one male and one female. They were actually arguing with this customer, and like he was actually like provoking them. It was, for me, the whole thing I saw, it was actually intentional. So what he was saying, and then I saw the woman to throw into that real temptation and throwing that kind of talks and behaving rude to the man. And then the other man there too. And if you take your car, you come treat on how to do our work and stuff like that. I call her. I said, come. I said that man could be a partner to your business. That man could be having share in this company. I said sometimes you don't need things, you don't need rocket scientists. What if you guys are not reporting money and then man wants to know what is actually happening, that what you're supposed to report, you're not reporting it, and he wants to know the root cause of you not reporting, and this could actually be because you don't know how to talk to your customer. So I called her closer and told her, so she cut herself. I said, but you could lose your job today because of what you guys are doing. You arguing with him. That man, he actually looks like someone who can even buy this entire place. I'm trying to make up story or make it look so big, but you have to be careful. So the other guy, what was even, he was still talking again. So the lady came to herself. She was showing sign to the man across the other place because there are two pumps. And then he too, so I drew sign to him, and so I told him, I said, for God's sake, you can't argue with your customer because I already leaving now. Whether you want to me one because you already gas already in the car. So I told him, I said, you can't argue with your customers, and I just drove. And the man said, tell them all. So maybe I saved them today. They could have lost their jobs today. That man could be a shareholder, a partner. You don't know him, but you just want to that serious temptation, the throwing talks and the arguing bitterly with him. That was so terrible this morning. And the next time I have any encounter at any one of your stations, the gas stations, your fueling stations, I am going to call your name, right? You need to learn to have some relationship with your customer. All right, so we'll take course 0777 285961. 0777 285961. 0777 285961 is the number to call if you want to form part of the conversation. We are discussing customers. 1 minute to a caller. Yeah, 1 minute to a caller. This topic is so essential. 1 minute to a caller, and I'll take this first caller. Hello. Yes, sir.
So my name is Focus Wilson, and I'm calling you Maria.
Yes, sir. Go on. Huh? Yes, Mr. Focus, please go on.
So it's Focus. Focus. F-U-R-C-S. Focus.
Oh, Focus. So, okay. Yeah.
So I think for the first bravo today. I do marketing elective, and so when we're giving those illustrations, I felt so pleased. And let me say, stuff is really awakening, especially in the Liberian setting, those in the private sector, even in the public sector. It's important for them to know customer satisfaction and customer retention and all of this stuff. But two things I would like to bring to the attention, I know they will throw more light on it. There's a little who said in the market, very popular. She said they want to buy. So she wanted the church to pass on the prayer. And still is who also understand marketing have decided to visit her unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
And when the pastor visit, who always complain having from prayer on the stage, just something small red before pray. Let me small things. According to the clergyman, the castelli water running all under the air, very, very sour, tasteless. And the pastor said, there is no need to pray. Come to my office and you must have a discussion. Every time you cook a fully, I'm also saying the quality of product that you have is also matter.
Okay.
Yeah, the quality is the matter. I mean, you can be many, but the service could also be there, which I agree with the experts at the same.
Okay.
But the quality is also matter. Lastly, it's also important for you to know that the network, which I'm very interested in more often.
Okay, thank you.
I also want to say the approach.
Okay. Okay.
But especially, my experience is when you send a financial product, your employees, I think they need to allow but you also need to take ownership of the goods. For example, I'm running a radio station, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you will inform the radio station, sometimes you form a mandatory duty because it's also another form of promotion to monitor that station. You have to be monitoring all the stations to be able to
yeah, sure.
To be able to also wear the product, look like you go to the bank, you see how bankers are looking like.
All right, Chief.
Practice the tenets of banking.
Okay.
So when I do business and you offer fancy spending, those people that I trust you also be able to exactly apply the product to themselves. So
Okay.
it will serve as attraction to the outside customer or client. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thanks for adding more meaning to the discussion. Okay, I'll let you go. Sorry, I had to let you go that way. I'm very, very sorry. Don't do this, yeah? You just disturb everybody. Yeah. Yeah, we already out of time. Okay, hello? Can you please put the money, whatever you're using, put it up, please? Wow. No, you can't do this. You calling, you won't hear yourself. Hello? Yeah, quickly, Chief. 1 minute. Okay. 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 All right. So we want to get you clear. When you call, stay away from your monitor and be clear with your question, your concern. Hello. Yes, sir. Quickly, 1 minute.
Yeah, it's anyone people. Let me say if I go to the studio guest, I should take you to the rooms and people. Second thing, the first mention said, it got to me because that's why I actually have a boutique on the street. And go to people to support them when they come to the pay you. So you can get paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
But then, check the customer, maybe very clear. Okay, let's say I'm a shot with 2 or 3 days. They'll tell you the people that and with the influence when you come, like you said, the person came about maybe or girl dresses who got all the when they come, see that the size they call, they tell the ones, see the belly, go try and see it. Then we'll say, what you want to have to say. You're not going to say, yeah, you let that with them, so the body inside the play powers, yeah, it's happy.
Okay.
So, yeah, the way you can make that happen to bring money.
Okay.
When you make customer happy, they get more customer, more money.
Okay.
But when they can't do, they will just come to the they can't buy or they can't even do eye shopping.
Be nice to them. Be nice to them. That all you gotta be. They can do it in red. They say looking town. So they say, look, we know our buyer. They will know our buyer. You see, it's wrong. Hello. Yes. Yes, sir.
Our customers. Where you're selling onto the market, right?
Yeah.
And you don't do things like that. When you come, all the differences with your home.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thanks so kindly to all of our callers. And I think we quite this a day. And I'm sorry, I'm putting on a flight more. Okay, closing up now. Yes, you listen to the callers and yeah, quickly. I mean, we are already out of time. It was so interesting. We'll continue this coming week again. But let's see whether we can discuss this coming week. Closing. We are closing now.
Mr. Harmon, go ahead with your closing.
Okay.
Yeah. Customer relation and customer retention. They are two vital aspects of any business we are into, because, like we said, it determines how your products or services go out there. So if you don't have that, you are losing an essential ingredient of your business, and
Okay.
before you know it, you are out of business. And like
Okay.
Reverend Sellee mentioned, we want to make sure that that important ingredient, we always keep it. Otherwise, we run out of business.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Reverend Salim, 1 minute, please.
Yeah, I will close this way. Every business owner out there in Liberia, let me let you know one thing. The customer can survive without your business, but your business cannot survive without the customer. I will repeat that. Every customer can survive without your business, but your business cannot survive without the customer. So do everything. And sometimes, like Magdalene tried to say, sometimes it's a phone call. Sometimes some people mistakenly miss one number and they call, and that call went straight to your business. And see how Liberia answer call, and the person is confused. They say, "Hello, who is this?" The first thing you say, but when you're calling me, then you asking me who is it, you start insulting the person. That person could be a potential customer. Just take time. Oh, how are you? Yes, I'm this. No, I was trying to call somebody. Oh no, it's not this person. This is so and so business. We do so right there. Start to advertise your business. We do this. We do this. We are located at so and so place. The person say, "Oh, I'm sorry, that's not a number I was trying to call, but I'm happy to know that so and so business is somewhere." That person could be a potential customer. So just be nice to everybody, because you don't know. You need those customers for your business to survive.
Thank you. Thanks to the both of you. We forever remain grateful for your expertise. Thanks for sharing this afternoon. And next week, please join us next week, and we'll try to bring in some small, medium business owners to come and talk more about this. And we hope they all agree to come. Thank you so kindly.
And please, let's start on time. You ate 17, almost 20 minutes of our time. Okay, and then the second thing, the callers, we are not really hearing them. So
it's all from the end. They when you say stay away from your monitor, they won't be hearing themselves. They also want to be on the radio, and I can't keep you on because it will affect us, it will affect the online, everything. All right, we're trying to improve on everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Mr. Harmon. Have a good night, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Have a nice day.
Okay, my weekend on you, yeah. My weekend on you, Umba. Oh, so
Let me go,
thank you
let me
all
go
for
to
coming.
Baya, the Vuga weekend for me.